It's Jeff Pulver, and in about a week I will be hosting the 140 Characters Conference in New York City. I hope you can join me. Now, this conference started out as an event which I was inspired by how much Twitter affected pop culture in America. Really, the last few weeks I've been thinking about, okay, well, what happens next, and where's the journey going? And then I realized that this conference we're doing is really all about the now, and that we're now in a new phase of the internet where it's all about real time. I don't think there's any going back. I've keep on thinking about, okay, well, it's not about just Twitter. It's really a friend feed and anyone you know who updates their Facebook status and anyone who really engages in real-time information sharing on the internet. And this started as someone's great mistake. I think it's the creative genius of being able to ask the right questions that all of a sudden transforms the world. And in this particular case, to paraphrase my friend Sizemore, we've gone from going to places like Google and asking Google search engine a question to look something up to going to places like Twitter where we're sharing what we're doing. And it just turns out when millions of people simultaneously share what they're doing, there's a collective knowledge of what's happening. And when you know what a lot of people are what's happening, all of a sudden this real-time information could change the world. And this real-time information could certainly change the way we use the internet and how we approach information sharing and how much and decision making, and then that in turn has some huge impact for marketing any kind of business. I'm pretty sure if I would have just called this event the State of Now or the Now Conference, it would have been very hard to line up the amazing speakers that we managed to get and continue to get. This past week, more speakers were added to the roster, to the cast of characters. But I think what's really important is that this is more than just about Twitter itself, and really what we're going to be taking a stab at is what's next and how this road ahead evolves. And I would ask everyone who is presenting to share their perspectives on the way they're using this technology today, and for the people in the audience to take it all into account and try to figure out where's it go, what's next, and how we better prepare for all this change which is in front of us. Because I do believe we're at a tipping point for the real-time internet, and that even if Twitter and friend feed and Facebook all disappear tomorrow, the effects of those platforms will be felt for a long time, and that we now are in a stage of growth in the internet where this hasn't been done before. It's not going to be so predictable as far as what's next. And this is not about Web 2X or 3X or 4X. This is not really about apps. This is about the internet experience and how we share that information and what we do with the information we're getting, and how we share more information on one hand and make smarter decisions on the other and bring it all together. The State of Now is something which is going to be pretty powerful, and I welcome you to come to the conference, share your ideas, challenge yourself and the status quo. And it's 140 Characters Conference in New York City, www.140conf.com, but hopefully you know all that. If you have any questions about the real-time web or about the State of Now, bring them with you to the conference. You can always drop me a line. I'm Jeff Pulver. I hope to see you in 1 week in New York City.